These are the plaintiffs, Ty Ford and Misty Riles. Ty says she went to an out-of-town wedding one weekend, and when she returned, there was a huge hole in her front door. The lock was missing, and there were notices stating the defendant needed to access the premises. She was shocked the defendant broke into their apartment. She was shocked they were kicked out of that apartment, and she hopes the defendant feels shocked when they get awarded the $4,500 they're suing for today. This is the defendant, Elizabeth Bloomberg. She says she had to break the plaintiff's door down because the silly girl wouldn't give her access after she moved out. She also left the place a blooming mess. It's going to cost her big time to get it in rentable condition again. And if anyone is owed money, it's her. She's accused of breaking and entering. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,402.57 for window guard repair.
Ty Ford?
Yes, ma'am.
And Misty Riles?
Yes.
Okay, you are suing your former landlord, Elizabeth Bloomberg, because according to you, she is unlawfully keeping your $1,500 security deposit, and you feel that you're entitled to treble damages. You have a counterclaim against them for $1,402.57 in damages, which I guess you say are above and beyond the security you've already kept. Okay, let me hear from you first.
So we leased the apartment from Ms. Bloomberg. During that time, we endured not so great conditions, including inconsistent heat. There were many times actually during the winter months since we moved in December, where we would have to literally beg for heat to be put on. There were also mice and roach infestations because apparently the neighbor under us had practically a landfill in the middle of her living room, although Elizabeth tried to say that it was...
She a hoarder?
Yes, apparently. But she tried to say that it was a hoarding problem with the people in the next building, and that's the reason why the mice and the roaches were coming.
So you're telling me this just by way of background?
Absolutely.
Because by the time you decide to leave, you're no longer under a lease?
By the time we left, we were absolutely within our lease. We left...
Oh, you just said I'm not renewing.
Right. We
Okay.
actually, yeah. And so we gave them a notice on October...
Did you leave the place clean?
Absolutely.
Did you leave anything behind?
Nothing.
All right. But now something happens in the month of December, right? Where she thinks that you guys have moved out?
It was actually November, apparently.
November.
I moved out November 11th, but we were still leased through November 30th. So I was gone. Misty was there still in the apartment, but she left notices on the door saying that she needed to view the apartment or show the apartment to prospective tenants. So she put 2 notices on the door. One was November.
Did she have your number?
No, yes, she did have my number.
Did
and
she
never
call you?
once called me.
Did she text you?
Never once texted me.
Did she email you?
Never once emailed me.
Does she have your email?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Because we had been in correspondence via email.
So she puts the 2 notices on your door,
Right.
and you guys don't happen to be there to see them. You
Absolutely.
see them, Misty?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so when I came back on that Wednesday, the 27th, to find the notices on the door and a big hole in the door, and I was like, what the hell? And so I'm like...
Had you paid November?
Yes, absolutely. That was included in the...
First and last.
Exactly. So I was like dumbfounded. I was like, how did that happen? So I went downstairs. She wasn't there, but her boyfriend, or Joe, was there. He gave me the key immediately, and I said, well, why did you change the lock? I'm still leased through the 30th. Like, this is still, technically my apartment. And he said, well, it's our apartment. We own the building. And I said, but it's still, I'm leased through the 30th.
What happened?
We needed to show the apartment. Ty had moved out. She had informed me that she was moving out and that Misty would be available to show the apartment. I had needed to show the apartment. I contacted Misty on several occasions. She said that she wasn't around for a period of time. She said she would be there on Monday. Monday came and went. She wasn't there. I said, on Tuesday, are you going to be coming? She said, I won't be available all week. I said, we do need to show the apartment. And at that point, we started leaving the notices because she wasn't making herself available to show the apartment. And we had also seen her move her belongings out. So I didn't know if there was anything left in the apartment or not. As far as I could tell, they were both gone, and they were just not letting me show the apartment to play games. It's within my lease to show the apartment, so I left notices in accordance with the law, and when they didn't
Except
respond...
for that you did something that wasn't in accordance with the law, which is you changed the locks.
Exactly.
You pulled the lock out, and now you want them to pay $600 and something dollars for the lock.
We left some notices, and
I don't
like
care
I
how many
said,
notices you left. You left them. I understand if you are trying to get in, they don't leave you the keys, and you have problems, and now you want them to have to pay because they didn't leave the keys after their rental period. How is it you do that during their rental period?
We did give them a notice informing them that we needed a copy of the keys.
Did you call her?
I'm sorry?
Did you call her?
The one that Misty, who was left, yes, I did.
No. Did you say to them, I'm going to break into the place because you're not making yourself available. I need the keys. Give me the keys. Why didn't you have keys anyway, by the way?
They had changed the locks.
Right, but they can't change the locks without
We
giving
never changed the locks. Never changed the locks.
When we tried to use our key,
Did you
we
lose
were
your
never able
keys?
to. When we tried to use their key, the key that we had, we were not able to. So as far as I could tell,
they lost the key. They lost the key.
Stop. That's your issue. If you don't have a key to it, it's your issue. But what I don't understand is why don't you then text the two of them and say, I need to show the place, so I need to get in there. If you do not accommodate me, I will have to have a locksmith open the door. But not $700 worth of new locks and all this other stuff that you're doing at a time when they still are renting it.
like I said, we were told that Misty was the only one who was still a resident of the apartment, so we were contacting her, and she was non-responsive.
Sometimes
you
that
contacted
happens.
me one time, and I did respond to you, like you said, and told you that I would be available on Monday. You never
And then what
said
happened
to
on Monday?
me that...
Look at me. Don't talk to me.
I'm
We're
sorry.
trying to talk to her past. What happened on that Monday?
On Monday, I wasn't in town. Like I ended
Did you
up
call
being
her and
out
tell
of
her,
town.
listen, I can't be in town? You know, you could have saved this
I
from
could
happening
have.
too, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
But
that's what
also-
other people do, by the way. That's what other civilized people do, so they don't have to end up where we are.
But Your Honor, in all fairness, I live 5 minutes away from my new residence is 5 minutes
I
away.
kind of don't understand why you wouldn't text her.
She could have absolutely called me or texted me.
Were
and
you
said,
two like breaking up or anything, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So is the landlord allowed to change the locks as she did and then put a new lock in, or break the lock and put a new one in? What do you think?
I think she should have notified the tenants that she was going to change the locks before she just did.
Okay, fair point. Fair point. What do you think?
Yes, I think you should be able to.
Because?
Because you signed the lease, and probably in the lease it said that you can come in at any time.
Well, not any time, but certainly to show the unit. What do you think?
Yes, but within reason, you should notify the tenants that you're going to plan to do that. And I don't think changing the locks was necessary. I think if you had told the tenants, then the tenants would have submitted, sort of thing.
Or not, going inside the courtroom.
All right, so, well, let's talk about what happens, because what happens is once everybody's out of the place, she does not return your security deposit. Does she tell you why?
Yeah, she sent this security settlement statement with all of these itemized damages. It was
That total just about the amount of your security.
It was
Let me
actually-
see that,
yes.
and let's talk about it. What was wrong?
Okay. There was a lot of holes in the walls. Let me just first explain that we were not interested in pursuing anything beyond the security deposit. So we went through the damages, we got to the point of the security deposit, and we were just done. This wasn't our goal here. So there were a lot of holes in the walls, and Ty did come and try to repair the holes in the walls, but she doesn't really know how to fix things. So she kind of smeared some gunk on the wall, which I have a picture of in there that says tenant repair, that shows how she tried to repair it, but it actually had to be resanded and refilled because it was just a waste of time. So I understand that she tried, but it just didn't do
How
any
much
good.
did you charge her for that?
A little over $200.
$200 for spackling some holes?
There were a lot of holes.
How many holes
there
were
were
there?
Yeah, there were
artists. They were like 100.
And
They
we're
put
not
paintings
artists.
up.
everywhere.
Hello!
Sorry.
I've been doing this without you my whole life.
They're
How many holes
artists,
were
so
there?
they put like 100 paintings all over every wall.
Okay, but I'm looking at the pictures you brought me, and I don't
They
see it.
filled all the holes before they left. The only ones they didn't fill are the ones that I took pictures of.
But they
Then
didn't
if-
fill them. I
then
showed
why
you
are
a
you
picture.
charging $200 for the three holes you're showing?
They just blacked compound.
Why
on
would
top
that be
of it.
worth $200? You can't just charge what you want. You know that, right? If somebody did that to you, you don't think you'd be outraged?
If someone came and had to
Did you
sand
pay
walls,
$200 to have that done? Who's doing the work
He
here?
does the labor.
I do the work.
Oh. What else are you keeping the money for?
Water damage.
Well, the counterclaim is also the water damage.
No,
to
let's
the
not get to the
floor.
counterclaim yet. I want to still go through what you itemized.
That was pretty much it. And cleaning the refrigerator, which was a standard, and
How much did you charge for cleaning the refrigerator?
$70. And they had,
Wait, stop. What was in the refrigerator that would require $70 worth of cleaning?
it was like dirty and full of mold.
Do you have any pictures of the
I don't, I'm
refrigerator
sorry.
that would? Okay. Is that refrigerator still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Who cleaned it? Did you pay somebody $70?
No, I cleaned it, Your Honor.
Okay. Why would your cleaning of the refrigerator be worth $70?
We went to, honestly, just to a website and used a standard schedule of charges. I didn't, just make this stuff up. We just went to this website and
Can I see a website that says cleaning a refrigerator is worth $70?
I can give you the website. I was like, okay.
You have something? Well, go ahead.
No, I don't have. I didn't print it out from the website.
Okay, it's fascinating. All right. What happened with the window guards?
They were not damaged at all. So when we moved in, they're hideous, right? We're adults. We're not falling out of windows. We asked for them to be removed. This guy came and attempted to remove them, but did a
bang-up job.
in the worst way. And he attempted. I think he took out the first two that were in the living room. There are two windows in the living room. He took those out, and then he never got around to coming back. He didn't have the proper tools. I went online. I found out that it was this little two-prong thing that you needed, like a screwdriver. I went to the hardware store, I purchased it, and I was able to successfully remove three window guards without any damage done because I was using the proper tool. I took the window guards, I placed them downstairs in the vestibule next to their apartment, and that was it. And
do you have pictures of broken window guards? 12 broken window guards? You have 12 pictures?
Yes, exactly, Your Honor.
Okay, and
didn't even take
and
12
according to them, it's you who's busting them up because you had the wrong tool. Let me hear from him. Does he have a tongue?
Then how did I
Not
take
really.
the one out that she wanted out to put her air conditioner in?
we don't even own an air conditioner. I don't even like them. So I've never owned one in the 13 years I've lived in New York. So him
We
saying
never
that
asked him for that.
Yeah,
Never
so him
asked
saying
him
that,
for
so
an air
him saying that,
conditioner.
yeah, exactly. We burned up over the summer, but we did not have an air conditioner.
Were they all bent up?
No, they were not. They were not damaged in any way. They were
All
not.
right, these are the pictures of the same thing. This was a picture of the same thing that this is a picture of, because I'm refusing to believe that it's the exact same damage. This is the same picture as this. I mean, you still have to be able to prove it.
Yeah.
And so I'm concerned that when you're itemizing tons of damage and going through Herculean efforts to spread it out among, to make it big, 42 holes, blah, 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 blah. You never mention all these other window guards and water damage to the hardwood floors. Why wouldn't you mention it? It starts to, you understand how someone might conclude that you're making it up and that they can't trust you. You understand that.
I see your point.
How did they damage the floors?
Anyway. I must have left a window open.
The floors were damaged when we moved in.
Do you have pictures of the place before they moved in?
I don't, but you have the document that they signed saying everything was in fine shape when they moved in.
No,
So.
we
don't
never
have a
did a
document that we
walkthrough
signed
with
saying
them.
that.
We
Right.
signed the
Signed it.
document that we signed was empty. If you notice, it says nothing
Let
for
me see the
move in,
document
move out.
everybody's talking
It's
about.
completely
I already
empty.
gave it.
We signed it, but we never did a walkthrough. And
Why would you sign something completely empty?
Because in other words, they were like, she didn't say.
Why
well,
would
we
you
should-
sign something completely empty?
It was a form. As far as I was concerned, it was a formality. There was nothing on it.
Why would you
so-
sign something completely empty?
Right. Why would she ask me to sign something?
Why would
completely
you
empty?
sign something completely? I know why she has. She could throw it in your face the day that you end up in people's court and say that you claimed there was nothing wrong. Why did you sign it? That's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you sign it? Right? Right?
Right.
Right. All right. Where do you get the idea that you're entitled to treble damages?
According to what I found online as far as the state of New York's law regarding security deposits, it says that that I should have gotten their statement of damages within 30 days of my vacating their.
That's a law in a lot of states. You have 30 days, and if you don't, you automatically forfeit it. And some states say, and there's treble damages or there's double damages. Every state has different laws about how to calculate that, but New York does not have that. So you're not entitled to treble damages. All right, folks, here's my verdict. As for the additional, let's talk about your counterclaim first for $1,402.57. I find it a little bit dubious that you come up with an additional almost $1,500 in claims after you said at first that the damage was $1,500, which happens to be exactly the security deposit. So first you stretch it out to $1,500. Then you say, oh, you're going to sue me? Okay, well now, oh, by the way, there's another $1,500 I forgot to tell you about. I find that dubious and not worthy of belief, okay? I also find that you have a very easy way as a landlord to prove that somebody did damage, and that's show me the pictures of it beforehand with no damage, and then show me the pictures of it afterwards with damage. I am going to allow you to keep $150 of the $1,500 for the repairs that you have completely bloated, which means that I am ordering you to return $1,350 plus your court costs verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll try to bloat their counterclaim a little bit to keep as much as they could. What's your reaction to what the ruling is here?
I think that the judge has never had to fix an apartment after tenants
You're
move
wrong.
out.
What else?
I don't really have anything else.
That's it? Okay, right down this way.
Thank you.
All right, so step on in here. You satisfied how this comes out?
Absolutely. I felt like the truth was on my side, and the judge was actually, she saw through their deceit.
Yeah. Signing a blank document instead of listing the damages before you move out? What kind of a knucklehead move is that?
Hey, we were eager to move in, as I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were eager to move in. It was my bad.
You
but
don't do
now
that
I
when
know
you
better.
move in. You don't do that when you move out. You never do that.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
You learned that lesson?
Absolutely.
Harvey?
So, this business about tripling damages or treble damages, which is called in the law, it varies wildly from state to state, so you can go online and check your state. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.